It's July 8th, around 11:30. The Vios, 2017 Vios, it was bought in 2017. So that's about 5 years, being 2022. Several months ago, when my brother-in-law was using it, he said the vehicle was making squealing sound, screeching. And I said to him, yeah, I know about that one. So the squealing, screeching sound is attributed to the drive belt. It's worn out. And the vehicle is 60,000 clicks. So my suggestion to you, whoever own a Vios, is the moment you hear the squealing sound, when you turn on the aircon, it's time for the drive belt to be replaced. Don't wait. I waited too long. I waited for various reasons. I was hoping it would last until the harvest. The vehicle has been overheating. It's mainly because the belt now is slipping, and you don't want that to happen. And there's also a risk that the belt might fray and just come apart somewhere inconvenient. Um, so while one is still able to drive, it's time for the belt to be replaced. So I bought this from Lazada. Shipped to me is 755 peso. It was on sale. Actually, let's see here, Brando. So 6PK1150. That's the part number. It's not from Toyota. Oh well. Maybe if it start to screech after a year, then I want to replace it. I am going to replace it. If it lasts, then great. So we'll see what happens. Now, frankly, I really don't want to touch engines, but so I'm doing it for whatever reason. Hopefully, from my commentary or narratives, it would help you with this. Also, I watch a few YouTubes. You can't go and start fooling around, pretending you know what you're doing. I don't. So what I saw in one of the YouTube was pretty cool. We just need to have the right tools. I hope I have the right tools. Let's see if I can muddle along to get this replaced. So one thing about this model, the alternator is not something that you can move. The thing that moves is the tensioner. So the thing to do is to remove the tension and then remove the belt and then replace the belt. So now since this will take time, I'm just gonna see how I'm going to do this. So I use this wrench to loosen the tension, the tensioner. It's hard to see. However, the belt now is loosened up. You can't see that either, but it's loose now. Ouch! The engine is still hot. I mean, I just turned it off 15 minutes ago and it's still hot. I had to remove the horn. because it was in the way of the wrench. So I'm just gonna remove the belt. And before you do that, just remember how the belt is snaked. I guess you can always go back to YouTube, but anyway, I'm just gonna remove the belt and replace it with the new one. Okay, the belt is removed. This is the old belt. This is the new one. You might, you might not be able to tell the difference thickness-wise, but this thing feels thinner than this one. So and also it's really smooth. This one is rough on the surface, so that's why it's sliding. Yeah, I can see that it's beginning to tear. So it's time to have it replaced. It begins to squeal, screech. Replace it. Don't wait. Don't try to think of it as saving money by waiting till it actually breaks. And you don't want to wait. It could break anytime now. Once I realized it could break anytime, and it would be very inconvenient to have it break. So actually I've been taking risk. Yeah, see, it's becoming to take apart, and something is already marking. So I've really taken chance. Should have replaced it when it began to squeal and screech. So my advice to you is to have it replaced once it begins to make noise. And that's attributed to when you turn on the aircon and all of a sudden it begins to make noise. That's it. It's time for it to be replaced. Now I'm going to put this bag. I have to finagle it into place, so this will take a while because taking that one there, it took a little bit of finagling. Anyway, this one will be harder because it's tighter than the old one, because that old one is stretched. This one is not yet stretched. I have no choice but to jack it up. I have to go underneath the vehicle. As you can see, you can see the belt hanging there, and so I have to snake it in between the AC and the crank, or the main cylinder. It's just I cannot snake it through from the top. It's too difficult. Now on YouTube they took out the wheel. Quite frankly, I think I can do it without having to take off the wheel. But if I struggle, then I need to take off the wheel, I will. So, work in progress. Okay, the belt is in. Finagling it into place is tough. That's about half an hour. The belt is, of course, being new, it's shorter than the old one. So I'll describe how I did it. Okay, I use a piece of wire strong enough, and then have your son or somebody to help you hold it while you work at it at the bottom. Make sure the belt are squeezed in between the tensioner. So at the top is the alternator. So make sure the wire is here at this position, and the belt is over the pulley. So you work it in first and then pull sideways to put it into place. So that's how you do it. I didn't have to take the wheel. You need an assistant to hold the belt in place on the top of the engine, and then finally use a piece of wire to pull it into place. and then check that the belt is actually in the groove. So I'm gonna release the tension. I check the belt and slide it a few times to make sure it is on the groove. Okay, the car is running. I have the aircon on. It's now making that squealing sound, screeching sound. So basically this thing has the factory installed belt. It will begin to squeak around 40-50,000 clicks. Don't wait to have it replaced. Do it right away. It has side effects, overheating of the engine, and an overheated engine will warp the engine. So you don't want to be driving with the vehicle overheated. That's what happened. I had to pull it off, pull over and pull it off. So frankly, it took about an hour and a half to do it. If you bring it to a service station, they'll charge you an arm and a leg to replace the belt that you could do yourself. If you want to do it yourself, it isn't difficult. You need an assistant. That's all. Remove the horn, because once you use the tool, it gets in the way. So remove that. Learning curve is there. You have to learn how to snake the belt. It isn't difficult to learn it. This is my first time to replace a Vios belt, so it's not like rocket science. So good luck. Have fun.